and Gabriela. So, in the Muse Secrets, we talk about all things beauty, self care, wellness, spirituality, all things that help us feel empowered and get to the next level of ourselves. So, for today's topic, we want to dive deep into dating. Some men fear women who are successful. Some women have their own perceptions that if a man can't provide and if I'm making more money, why is he here? So, Catherine, let's begin with today's podcast. Why do you think when a woman achieves so much success, some of them create this perception that I don't need a man. If I'm making more money, why do I have him? At this point, he's just a boy toy.
That's funny. Hi, everybody. On my perception for this subject, I think most women internally, deeply, want and look for security and stability. All right. Many of them are able to build it by themselves, and that's great. If you have a successful business, if you have your goals, everything's aligned, and you have achieved certain level of success in your life, you maybe you don't look for it in a partner. But when deep inside you feel like even though you reach this success in your business, in your career, you need that, stability, security from a man. That's when you start look for those qualities in the man that you kind of like look to integrate your life with.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, it is something that most women look for, but not especially because for different women have different perceptions of what love is. It goes in your cultural background, it goes to what you saw, growing up, to what you feel is familiar. So I think different characteristics and qualities of a man are also important for so many women, but we're not going to take away the fact that is, essential that that man provides you with security and stability in his own way or type of form that will fulfill your heart. And yes, go ahead.
So, yeah, speaking of that stability, it all comes from within you. I think the main key points is what's most important to you. Yes, maybe he is maybe running low on cash, but does he bring you peace? I think that's the most
Exactly.
important. Bring you peace, happiness. Does he make you laugh? Is he giving you
Absolutely. Very
foot
important
massages
that
at the
you
end of the
laugh.
day? Yes, so it just varies. I feel you just need to be sure in your wants, your don't wants, and if it's something that is really, really important for you, why are we here to judge you? You do you. This is your life you're creating. But I think things like this come deeper, and it's mainly up to you and your decision of what's most important. A lot of the time it could be insecurities, maybe an insecurity you might not know. Yes, you're making a lot of money, that brings a different confidence, not so much insecurity, but maybe there's insecurity maybe in your love life or not always going well. Maybe there's insecurity in some other thing that happened in your childhood that's being surfaced with a partner that probably isn't bringing enough money. um or
Yeah,
sometimes.
I
Mhm.
think it goes to life circumstances as well because I remember and I have met a lot of women that they say, for example, that one of the main reasons why they look for that in a partner is because they didn't have anything, they didn't have a lot growing up, so
Mhm.
they look for that in their life to like kind of like realize their dreams, as
Mhm.
well as when you had, for example, a father that was always like providing for your mother, like that's what they saw growing up, that's what they think is okay. But also that fulfillment or only is going to come from inside of you and what you create, that security, that like sense of accomplishment is only come from what you achieve personally in your life. All women, I am very aware, and I know that most women,
Yes.
what we want is to have fun, to live life fully, and that only comes with, you know, a partner that is able to do those things with you, a partner that supports you in that dream of living life fully, and kind of like, you know, check the to-do list of your life, and that certain things are only able to be achievable with money. So essentially the most important thing is to achieve that for yourself, but if you have someone that supports you in that vision and helps you along the way, much more easier and better. What do you think about that, Gabriela? Please let me know.
So, biologically speaking, women do inherit this mechanism where we want safety and security because we are the ones that create life. And in order to bring someone into this life, we want to make sure that child is going to be fully protected, fully in the right hands of our partner. And that mainly comes from our responsibility. We would feel guilty of, oh my God, I brought this child into my life and this is the life I promised him when they don't deserve that. So,
Oh, absolutely.
speaking of that, I think a lot too. I feel men need a woman too that's high value, that's going to motivate them. And high value could be someone that's supportive, understanding mentally, supports them emotionally. That is what a high value woman is to me, someone who will be loyal. And men from what I've encountered, their ambition is, but they don't know what to do. This is why we're their missing
Right.
rib. We need to lead them. We need to
Yeah.
sometimes tell them what to do. They need authority.
Guide them in the right direction, because you
Yeah.
got it is so important to support him in a way to like lift him up so he can reach his goals, just like he has to lift you up and everything. But since he's the leader,
Mm-hmm.
he will lead you in a different way that how you can guide him. You kind of like have to make him believe in himself that he can reach his goals, so you know he can reach his full potential next to you, and
Mm-hmm.
you can be kind of like uh, that support system that he needs when he comes home and he goes to work and he's reaching his goal thanks to you, just like he has a somewhat a similar role in your life, but it's less of a support in the emotional sense, but more in like a physical sense.
Yes, exactly. Because men are very insecure, and the last thing they want is a partner that's going to make them feel even more insecure. So if you're able to bring that empowerment to him, they're they start embracing that, oh yeah, I can make more money, I could bring more money for my wife, my partner, like she's my rock. A lot of people have this fear that once the man makes a lot of money, they're going to upgrade to the other woman. To me, that's an insecurity, and it's blocking you from actually looking at things at what they are right now. And a lot of people are always thinking forward, thinking backwards. But if you look at it from the lens of today's time, everyone will tell on themselves, and it's up to you to determine, like, would he really leave me, or is this me creating something that could possibly happen in the near future?
Yeah.
This is why it's important as a woman, build your own confidence. And
Work on yourself and
yeah,
your
if you have those
self-respect
fears
and your self-improvement. All of that will help you to build a really strong core for yourself that will lead you into the right person, because one of the
mm-hmm,
most important things as well, and this goes to all women out there that are wondering what they should feel if he's the right person or if he's the right addition to your life,
mm-hmm,
he will make you feel mentally so at peace.
mm-hmm.
Because one of the problems that we women have is that we overthink everything, right? When you're
Yes,
with
we do.
someone, you're overthinking if you can trust them, if you cannot. Like, the right man will make you feel so at peace mentally that you're gonna be able to focus in all the other areas of your life that you need to be working on. you know, that man is going to give you so much peace that you can rest assured that he's not going to be looking at other women, that he's not going to be, kind of shady behind your back or anything. He fully has your, not your attention, but you can trust fully that you are going to have him no matter what. So
Yes.
that you can liberate the space in your brain to focus on, be the best version of yourself, do the things that you have to do in your life to fulfill your goals and your dreams and all of that. And that's a very important thing to know, because before I got married, I felt like, you know, like, I don't want to be focused on love all the time in my life, because we women sometimes think too much about love. And I don't want to be focused about love. I want someone that gives me peace enough so I can focus in other areas, because I have these dreams and these goals that are aside from, what it takes to have a relationship. So when you're not 100% focused on love, you can flourish in other ways in your life. But
Mm,
being focused on love, and we normally are as women, takes away so much time and so much energy when it's not the right partner, that you're wondering, are they doing the right thing? Are they going to call me? Are they going to text me?
mhm.
Like, none of that. That all of that is out of the table, because you know that this man is 100% always calling you, always wanting to spend time with you,
Yes.
always has you on your mind. And that's a really big takeaway for anyone that wants to know, what they should feel being with someone that is worth it.
Yeah, so like a big factor when selecting the right partner is making sure, are they really taking my well-being into account? Because let's
Mm-hmm.
say men are very selfish, but I think the world shapes them that way. Most of them have to fight our battles. They're a protector, so they go into this protective mechanism, and sometimes it's not even for the women. They go into protection for themselves because they have to create business. They're constantly working on businesses. So, Catherine, you brought up a good perspective that you don't always want to think about love. Love isn't something you always want to center yourself on, because women, we encounter love in many forms. We encounter love through friendships, our children, and also when it comes to our well being. So, love comes from within us. Love does come from within us, and we will take a short break.